In this episode of Design Your Destiny, I'm going to talk about some tools, if you will, that you can bring into your life every day that will help you to better manage how you feel in your life, how you show up in life, and so that you can overall have that deeper sense of peace within. We're going to be talking about, once again, awareness, but we're also going to be talking about going within and connecting with the energy that's inside all of us, because so many times we are so caught up in our 3D world, we are unaware of the very energy that each of us embodies and the effect of others' energy upon us. Stay tuned and we'll dig in just a moment. Welcome to Design Your Destiny, your podcast for tapping into the power of your subconscious mind. In this next few minutes, allow me to show you how to tap into that power so that you can create success with ease, form deeper connections, and have greater presence in your relationships, and most importantly, find peace within yourself. My name is Penny Chason, and I'm your host. Hey, joyful souls. It is Penny here, and I'm coming to you from Sedona, Arizona. I'm actually southwest of Sedona at a retreat center where we wrapped up the Ultimate Alignment Retreat last evening. And it has just been a very powerful week because everyone who attended the retreat is basically at their own place in their journey of growing themselves, evolving, and learning more about themselves. And, to be honest, if we were all at the same place, then who would there be to teach us? Who would there be for us to teach? It would pretty much be dull, right? If we were all on the same path, if we were all at the same place on the path, we would all be doing the same thing. There just wouldn't be much variety and interest in life. So I want to dig into a few things that came up this week that I think will be very powerful for some of you who are listening. And for those of you that it sounds familiar, it will serve as a good reminder of what's possible within us. So pretty much not even day one, we hadn't even opened the circle yet, but everybody was coming in from all over, and we connected with a local crystal dealer, and no, not that kind of crystal, but the woo-woo crystal, okay? And because it was just an opportunity to get some really nice quality pieces and to do so as a group, and it was just a fun experience. Like, we all got to get together with Clay, that's his name. We chatted. He's someone who is passionate about what he does. I mean, the same way that I get passionate about what I do, helping, people let go of the stuff that's just keeping them from being happy and fulfilled and just absolutely the greatest that they desire to be. That's the way Clay is about crystal. So it was an amazing experience. But one of the participants was like, I'm not feeling well. I feel nauseous, like I'm queasy. So we walked around the table, and because I had done some research around what I was doing with the retreat, we came across a particular crystal, and I just picked it up and I held it in my hand. I said, "Here, hold this." And it's a healing stone. And within just a couple of minutes, her nausea had completely went away. She was smiling, she was laughing with the rest of us. She felt so much better. And for this person in particular, this was a very powerful week of becoming aware of energy, because so many times people go through life and they experience physical symptoms. And now I'm a healthcare provider. There are physical reasons for physical symptoms, but there are also mental reasons, emotional reasons, and energetic reasons for physical symptoms. And I know because I've experienced them myself. I never would have believed it before I experienced myself. So that's when you kind of go from this place of having the information and thinking, oh, that's nice, to someone really sharing their experience. It's like, oh, okay, I understand, that makes sense, to actually knowing something. And once you know something, it changes your level of awareness, which we're going to get into in a moment. But through the week, I intentionally built out this retreat so that as I taught what I came here to teach these ladies so that they could embody into their lives, to be more aligned, to raise their vibration, to continue to evolve and elevate their growth in a way that is super personal to them, I integrated several components that allowed them to go within themselves, to connect deeply inside so they could become aware of their own energy. The reason for this is there is an energetic component to what I do, but when I learned this, it was explained to me, and then I had to teach myself to become aware of the energy. What I've done is I provided an experience that allowed these women to experience the energy so they can go, hey, I know what I'm looking for. I understand what I'm tuning into. And the realization for one particular person who's had a lifetime of experiencing nausea and headaches and not feeling well, this realization that it being around other people or in certain places and the energetic component of the circumstance they might be in, whether it's around other people or the location they're in, and the impact of that energy was huge for this person. It has changed the way that she looks at her life. It was like, I just always thought I was someone who would experience this more or less. I'm paraphrasing, I'm not using exact words. And now to know that it's energy and that there's something that can be done about it, that is empowering. And to be able to go within, whether it's through silence, we did breath work, we did yoga. I did not lead those. I had a guest teacher who came in that knew the goal of the retreat and designed this for these women. It begins to change you when you recognize that you are not a victim to feeling not your best physically. It changes things when you recognize that there is something you can actually do. And it shifts your outlook, which shifts your vibration, which allows you to imagine possibilities that you didn't imagine before. And this energy is a lot of things. We had people who were experiencing expansion, feeling powerful, who not only recognized and connected with an expansiveness outside of them, but also with an expansiveness within them. And, we were even joking at one point this week that I was going to change the name of the Ultimate Alignment Retreat to Camp Awareness, because awareness became the theme word the first few days, because without awareness, it's impossible to take advantage of the signs and the signals that you're receiving physically or energetically to adjust, change, and adapt things in your life. You want to be aware and you want to check in with yourself. That was the other big thing that was shared within the circle this week, is to do that check-in no matter what you're doing during the day. To do a check-in, ask yourself, where is my energy? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? Where is my attention? Because when our attention is on what we're doing, when we're being mindful, when we're checking in with our body, when we're checking in with how certain situations cause us to feel good, bad, or neutral, then we can adjust things and we can change things and we can use our personal power to do that, to make that happen. Mindset is great. It really is an important component. The subconscious work is an important component, but tuning into our body, tuning into our feelings, processing our emotions, and being mindful of our energy is huge. So I just wanted to drop this here with you, just this quick and dirty episode before I head out of town, around being aware. And awareness is about everything. We've learned this week how our diet and our food impacts our energy and our feelings. We've become aware of how breathing And using yoga can let us center and go within and become aware of our physical body and the energy that's in our body and around our body. We've learned about different places that we can take a practice like self-hypnosis, like a spiritual practice like the ultimates, and we can take that into any part of our life and experience the vibration and the power of that connection that we have within and without to make our lives better. So I challenge you to, if you've never sat in silence, if you've never done yoga, I challenge you to take some time and do that, even if it means watching a YouTube video to do some breath work or some yin yoga. And what I'll do is I will get the link and I will share the link to Camden Hoke's yin yoga practice. She has one on YouTube. Camden was our guest teacher that led everyone through breath work and yin yoga this week, which was a very powerful practice and allowed for the powerful impact of the component I was teaching within the retreat. So go within, do some silence, do some breath work, do some yoga. Become aware of your energy, not just while you're doing silence, breath work, or yoga, but become aware of your energy throughout the day. Become aware of your energy when you're cooking. Become aware of your energy when you're answering phone calls. Become aware of your energy when you're interacting with clients, contractors, business people, your family. Become aware of your energy at the end of the day. And all of that comes back to awareness. Because without awareness, none of the rest of it matters. Because you will just continue to go through your day, going through the motions, getting sucked into all the things that are going on around you. And one more day has passed and you haven't gotten any closer to this fulfilled life that has meaning to the extent that you want it to be. Because I know that many of you have listened, because you hit reply on the emails I send out, you let me know what you're thinking, how you're feeling. So I know that many of you are very much on the path of growth and evolving. But to get to that fullest component, this is a practice. And it's a practice that requires our attention. Well, it doesn't require it. It should be a way of living. We should embody these practices every single day, because that is how we get absolutely the most out of life. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I was hoping to end it at like 10 minutes, but as usual, I had a train of thought and it was time to just share with you what was on my mind. So anyway, until next week, bye now.
Thank you for listening today. If you've enjoyed this episode of Design Your Destiny, I would appreciate it if you would head over to iTunes and leave a positive review. When you leave a positive review, it's like podcast currency, and we can increase our reach and get the message to even more people that they, just like you, have the ability to design their destiny. And remember, subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.